Hi, I'm Trawler Specialist Jeff Merrill on the Chesapeake Bay, actually in North Beach, Maryland, aboard a 2008 DeFever 56 Tutto Bene. Roughly translated means all good, and I've spent a couple days aboard this boat. She is more than all good. She is fantastic. This is a great boat. She has twin Caterpillar C7s for propulsion, so she goes at a good rip. We also have a side power bow thruster and stern thruster. For underway comfort, Naiad active fin stabilizers. There are two 15 kW Westerbeek generators, of course an air conditioning system. It's a 3 stateroom, 2 head layout, Flybridge. There are 4 boarding gates on the boat. It just goes on and on. There's so many things to talk about. I can't even remember what I want to say in this introduction to let you know, but I'm going to show you the boat. I'm going to try to take my time, walk you through all the details. They have Vessel Vanguard on this boat, so everything, all the maintenance records are there. This is a co-listing with my fellow broker, Mark Benno. The pricing, the specs, the details are all on JMYS.com. So if you need the details, the current information, you can find it there. We have a photo gallery with all types of detailed photos of the boat. There's just so much to show you. Let's get started and look around. There is a great swim platform back aft on Tutto Bene, 2 big rails. There's also a ladder over on the port side, and they even have a custom vertical post for coming aboard. A little step up, beautiful teak cap rails all the way around. Close this back up. Multiple hawse pipes for dock lines. If we come back over this way, the lazarette, which we're going to cover later, we're going to come back from the engine room to show you that. There's a lift-up table if you want to put a couple of chairs out here. Great place when you're sitting at anchorage to sit back here. You're covered with the overhead. This vertical post right here is the standpipe for the crane, the support, and all the cables run through there. Good headroom in here. There's a ladder to get up to the boat deck and onto the Flybridge from here. Hot and cold, fresh water, cockpit shower here. And then this is a double walk-around boat, so you can go around either side. Let's go on this side here. So this is the entrance to the Salon. We'll come back to that. But coming along this side, boarding door here. There is a portable Marquip step that can go on any of the 4 boarding gates. Air intake for the engine room here. Good windows, which we'll see from inside the Salon. Come up to the Portuguese bridge deck here. Again, another boarding gate. They've done a pretty clever little feature here. So you take the fenders, the line comes through, and you can cleat it off through the cam cleats so you can position your fenders exactly where you want them to be. One door here to get you up to the foredeck. On the foredeck, there are 2 big seats back aft and a little bench in between. We're on top of the VIP stateroom. There's a hatch right here. Again, additional hawse pipes coming up forward. Huge Maxwell horizontal windlass with gypsies on both sides. There's a Rockma 55 and a Rockma 33, all chain rode. Easy lift up to look into the chain locker and check on things. There's even a bridle with one of the big Mantis hooks on it. Foot buttons for up and down and also for the capstan on the top. So you're really ready to anchor, and they do a lot of anchoring out on this boat. They love being out underway. There's shore power here. I forgot to mention back on the swim platform, there's shore power. There's a Glendinning reel. It's 50 amp house, and that will also run the air conditioning. So shore power, there's a dock water if you want to connect up for water at shore. Come back around to the Portuguese bridge. Beautiful teak cap rail all around. There's a storage locker here and a storage locker here. Take a look up forward. That is just a nice, clean, uncluttered foredeck. Good, excellent visibility from the Pilothouse, windshield wipers, just to complete our tour. So you have a door out the Pilothouse on both sides. Coming back down, handrail. There are water fills, fuel fills, deck pump out all along the deck. Here's another boarding gate. It's a good, easy, wide side deck, good high bulwarks. Back in the cockpit area, I can go up the ladder up to the boat deck. I can drop down into the lazarette, or I can go into the Salon. So let's take a look inside the Salon. Entering the Salon. One thing I love about this boat is the windows. There are huge windows outboard on both sides. There's a Samsung flat screen television, smart TV here, a very comfortable couch. This also pulls out and makes into a bed, and there's an inflatable mattress for that. Custom table here, high-low. The leaves flip over if you want to make it larger. Really cool. Then there are a couple of ottomans here that have storage in them. There's a subwoofer in there. There's a cool nautical themed intermediate stand right here. These recliners are very comfortable. Leather. There's a little arm. You can kick the footrest up and relax. You have a great line of sight out the windows. Let's see. There's also a couple of bar stools forward, a wine locker, and an ice maker here. If you come forward, I want to show you the galley. Galley, if you come in, there's a soft gel pad, drawers for pots and pans, lockers overhead for additional storage. It's granite countertop, Braun trash compactor, Bosch dishwasher, double basin sink with a garbage disposal. Just good storage. Even up in here, they've got some wine glasses and racks, GE microwave convection oven, Frigidaire electric cooktop, stove down below. Again, storage is great throughout the boat. This little locker right here is actually access down to the owner's stateroom. So I just wanted to show you in the tuckaway mode what that's like. So if you have guests aboard, you can close that off or you can open it up. So it's kind of a cool feature. That locks in place over there. Sub-zero refrigerator. I'll have you come over here so I can show you this stuff over here. This was set up for a gourmet chef. She wanted to be able to cook on board this boat and do things the way that she wanted it. Some of the boats have a day head over here. So good storage area with slide out shelves, very good use of space. Sub-zero refrigerator with freezer drawers. There's a central vac system on the boat. Again, additional storage up here. This area, the salon and galley all on one level, really makes sense. Fantastic headroom throughout. Again, you can go down to the owner's stateroom or up to the pilot house. From the pilot house, you can go forward to the staterooms, or you can go up to the Flybridge. So let's go up to the pilot house. Trying to remember all the things to point out, but one of them is the carpeting. If you shoot down to the carpeting, this is supposed to give you a feel that you're on the water, sort of that ocean feel when you're underway, which is really a cool thought, a nice touch to the boat. So 2 Stid helm chairs here. There's also 2 helm chairs up above. Big table here. This leaf folds up. There's a huge storage locker back here where we put cushions and charts. Let me show you. This is pretty wild how much room is in here. You can see there's a lot of space in there. The seat rests are up high. Storage down below. You have a fantastic electronic suite up here. So let me show you what we have. We've got the 2 Furuno displays, a Ritchie compass, again, the twin Caterpillar engines. So they're here. We're just kind of idling around just to kind of show the boat. So you have the cat controls right here. Your engine shifts are on single lever. Bow and stern thruster, and then you have a fusion stereo. You've got the fuel tanks that you can see. There's trim tabs, autopilot and chart plotter, windlass controls. They even have their anchor chain color coding right here, and also up on the foredeck, and on the Flybridge. So when you're anchoring, you have really good access to that. These helm chairs are fantastic. Display here with your compass light, your spreader lights, windshield wipers, various things. You also have some displays up here. Here's the Naiad active and stabilizer control, another Furuno, VHF radio, GPS, and just a great pilot house. So operating this boat, very easy by a couple. From here, we can go up to the Flybridge, which we'll do in a minute, but right now, let's go down to the staterooms. Staterooms are here, electrical panel here, drawer, and we'll go down here to show you what's down below with the accommodations. There's 3 staterooms down there and 2 heads. There's a flight of stairs from the pilot house that leads forward down to the accommodations deck. On this level, there are 3 staterooms. The owner's stateroom is back aft amidship. There are 2 heads, one in the owner's stateroom. There's also a head here, VIP forward, and a guest stateroom outboard to port. Let's look into this. This is a shared head for the guests, in the bunk room right across, and then in the VIP forward. Big mirror over here, good tall door. There are 2 vacuum flush toilets aboard, Tutto Bene, one right here, and stand-up shower stall. Good size, easy to get in here. It's actually a really good size shower. Sink, opening port light outboard. And then let me go sneak forward. I'm going to go show you the VIP. There's a little bit of step here and a step here. As you come into the VIP, look how big this bed is. Huge bed, island berth, little details like these hand grips on either side of the bed. Lamps up there, opening hatch right here, opening port lights outboard. Good amount of hanging locker storage space. Those are the fittings for the central vac. And then if you move the camera back this way, I want to show you underneath the bed, you have your laundry. So this is a really clever use of space here. Separate washer and dryer right here underneath the bed. The bed's up high, you don't even notice it. And if I didn't show you that, you might not have realized that that was there. So VIP, very comfortable. Stateroom. Got the teak and spruce soles. There are tanks and storage areas down below the soles. If we move the camera back a little bit further aft, and I come and show you this bunk room right here. Big hanging locker. Opening port lights outboard. Upper bunk with the reading light. Lower bunk with the reading light. There's a mirror over here, a little bureau, and this where they have the printer right here. So very comfortable. This is the grandkids room. And then now let's go into the owner's stateroom. One little step down here. Owner's stateroom actually connects to the engine room. I have that door open because we're going to go in there to wind this part of the tour down. Great headroom in here. The beautiful teak woodwork everywhere. You have the privacy of closing this door off here, so when your guests are coming to use the forward staterooms and head, they can come down the stairs. This is closed off. There's also a very clever access here, as we pointed earlier, from the salon and galley area to come down to the owner's stateroom. In the owner's stateroom, one of the big secrets is you never know what's behind door number 1, door number 2, or door number 3. Behind this door is a huge walk-in closet with real authentic clothes that the owners are going to be removing when we put the boat under contract and get it under survey. There's some machinery access for Y valves and anti-siphon vents, some of the holding tank stuff there, so good access. Again, this room is great. Big mirror here, good bed, storage out behind it, and then the head and shower for the owner's stateroom is right in here. It's a teak seat. Very comfortable being in this shower. The other vacuum flush toilet. Storage lockers, access. Opening port light. Some big linen closets right here, and they have a lot of gear in there. Bed stands, there's drawers underneath the bed, and then let's go into the engine room. I like to go in backwards, just easier. I'm 5'11", and so I'm scooching over a little bit to fit in here, but it's very workable. When you have twin engines and you have the centerline alley open, you have a lot more room. All the way up forward for both engines, both Cat C7s, you have the dual Raycors. There's also a forward bilge pump. Here is the intake through hull, strainer basket for the starboard engine. If you look outboard, you can see the stabilizer. There's also one on the port side. Hot water tank is outboard. Freshwater pump is outboard. Accumulator tank is outboard. There are 4 fuel tanks aboard Tutto Bene. As you come back aft, they've done a lot of work on this boat, a lot of improvements over time. One of the things they did is changed out the transmission and seal and the shaft. We now have tied shaft seals. They had to put new shafts on when they did that. You can see the water lift muffler. There are 2 Westerbeek 15 kW generators outboard on either side. The shafts were done on both sides. The engine's been serviced. They have spent a lot of money making this boat perfect. They don't like to have any problems when they're out cruising. Here's the reversal oil change system. Again, the 2 generators. As we come all the way back aft, the Naiad active fin stabilizers, a couple of the air conditioning compressors outboard, Fireboy fire suppression system here. The teak slats are comfortable on your feet. There's a huge fuel management system over here with a diagram to advise you on which valves to put where. The water maker components are outboard. There's through hulls, strainers, more air conditioning units. The generator battery bank was replaced last year. They've done a lot of improvements. If I tuck back in here, I've got the hatch open. It's raining outside. That's okay. We're fine. We're under the cover. The Xantrex inverter is over here on the port side. There's also a Glendinning shore power basket, autopilot pumps. I'm sitting on top of the stop button for the stern thruster back here. Some fenders, some storage over here. If you look back over on this side, more of the teak grids. There's a built-in chest here for spare parts, tools, a couple of Caterpillar boxes, storage bins here for freshwater treatment, for bungees, for polishing. The crane control box and reservoir is right here for the steelhead crane up on the boat deck. It's really an easy boat to get around on this lower level. So from here, we can go wherever we want, but that gives you a pretty good idea of the interior of the boat, the staterooms, the engine room, and the lazarette. Easiest way to come up to the Flybridge and boat deck is from the Pilothouse, which is great that you have that feature to get up here from inside the boat. You can also come up the ladder in the cockpit that we showed you earlier. Good electronics console, great hardtop above, Furuno radar up there. So there's some solar panels up there. There's a searchlight forward. Over on the starboard side, a sink right here with the fold-up spigot, refrigerator, an electric Gagno barbecue. Actually, will hold up in place right there. Stereo system up here. A Steelhead ES1000 crane. Oh, I forgot, there's a little table that lifts up here, so if you're preparing meals, you've got a little extra. There's a wash down here. Kayaks outboard on both sides. Weather cloths out of the textile material, so if you have small children or pets, it just can mix, and also gives a little more privacy up here. The Steelhead crane right here. Walker Bay 12-foot LTE with a 40 horsepower Yamaha outboard on it. Easy to launch. We shot most of the underway footage using this tender. Again, great space up here, particularly when you launch the dinghy. There is a access over here. This is the ladder. The ladder comes up to this hatch, so if you want to come in from the cockpit, you can come up there. Winslow Life Raft just resurfaced. Life Sling right here. Again, the tender's right on center for good balance. There's a dock box over on the starboard side. There's a dock box here. There's a storage locker in the back of the seat rest for the console where you can put covers for dinghies. Again, kayak here, hard top above. If I come back around here, easy to get around. There is a small little step up to get up to this area here. Helm area, bow and stern thruster, engine shifts, stabilizer control panel, good display screens all around here. The compass, you can actually see the displays for the two Caterpillars. We're just running at a slow speed right now. Compass light, horn, the spreader lights, overhead lights. This is actually the fill for the hydraulic steering fluid, a VHF radio there. Trim tabs, anchor chain marking, anchor, and then this boat, I don't think I've mentioned it yet, this has the yacht controller, which makes it so much easy. This gives you the engine shift and the thrusters all around your neck, wherever you want to be, so you can move anywhere you want on the boat. Good console here that has all these electronics, two helm chairs up here, a good seating area with a beautiful table. This is a great place to hang out. You're going to want to spend a lot of time on the Flybridge on this boat. It's great for underway operations or at anchor, protected with the hard top. Just a fantastic deck area up here. One of the greater features of the DeFever 56 is the Flybridge and the boat deck. Fun day on the bay here in the Chesapeake. Thank you for joining me aboard Tutto Bene. She really is all good. I hope you got a good feel for the boat. We'd love to get you on board. We do showings by appointment. You can contact me or Mark Benno. Our contact information's on the screen. As I went through the boat, I realized there were a couple things that I didn't give you details on. Of course, all the details and pricing specs are on JMYS.com, but there's a really cool sea chest in the engine room that comes up on the starboard side. That's your raw water takeoff for various functions on the boat, generators, deck wash pump, etc. And there's also 1,340 gallons of fuel. There are 4 fuel tanks in the engine room. There's just so many details to talk about. That's why we try to do the video, give you a glimpse of what to expect, and then do the photos and the detailed specifications to give you the full picture. So thank you for watching. We'd love to have you get on board. Again, we'll do that by appointment. Get in touch with us, and we'll look for you at the next video. Thanks for watching. Thank you for watching the video that just completed. I want to also let you know that I really enjoyed doing these. Thank you so much for watching. I wouldn't do it if you weren't watching. We have a lot of subscribers now, and if you'd like to add your name to that list, you can join, click the button down below. We appreciate your thumbs up. That always gives us encouragement. You can click the bell if you'd like to get reminders on when the next video comes in, and we welcome your comments. I like to try to respond to all the comments. Appreciate the constructive criticism. I am going to be continue wearing the Ren Spooner shirts. That's part of what I do, but we welcome whatever you would like to see next. Please let me know. And if you'd like to see something else, we've got a couple of videos over here you can click on. So thank you for watching the JMYS YouTube channel. Please come back regularly. Please come back often, and we look forward to seeing you. Thank you.